Guys, in today's video I'm going to be converting a child's kitchen into a Montessori kitchen. I have all the supplies I need. Now I'm just waiting for Amazon to drop off the kitchen. It should be here soon, and once I do, I'll get started. So if you're interested and this is something that you're looking forward to do, stay tuned because I'll show you how to do it. So this is everything I'm going to be using today in addition to the kitchen. Those are motion sensor lights. So I want to put that in the microwave, the fridge, the freezer. That is going to be the faucet that I put on and connect it. On a lot of other videos that you watch, they use mason jars, but they're pretty expensive. So I went to Dollar Tree and I got these. I'm just hoping they fit the length. The handles, I do want to change colors. I want to use that. I also have a black spray paint I'm going to be using. I can't find it. I'm trying to find it right now. I want her to have soap, so I'm going to put that. Of course, plants. I love plants, so I have to figure out kind of how I want to decorate it. And this, I'm going to put that over the counter. So this is everything I use. I got it from either Dollar Tree or Amazon, and of course the spray paints were from Home Depot. Check the descriptions below. I will attach everything I can that I used down there. Okay, so I just finished spray painting all the things I wanted black. As you can tell by my hands, I should have wore gloves, but I didn't because I forgot. But here are some of the things that I'm painting black. So that is the phone, that's gonna be the sink bowl, of course the stoves. That's gonna be where like the ice machine is. Those are the knobs, and those are those are things that goes like on the fridge for design. And then this is a post that's gonna hold one of the shelves there. Now these are the handles in the picture that I'm mimicking. Either they bought wood handles or they somehow found like a vinyl to wrap around. I don't want to do that, so I found a spray paint that's kind of like a cream, an ivory cream, and I'm gonna spray paint the handles that color because I just didn't want to go and buy handles, and I didn't want to have to laminate because that takes forever, and half the time it's super hard. So I'm gonna spray paint these now. Okay, so done spray painting the handles. So while that dries, I'm gonna go ahead and start building the kitchen. This here is where the sink goes and then the stove goes. I don't want it white, so what I did is I bought this paper to cover it. Again, in the picture I had, it looked like they had a wood one, but the handles and this match more in color compared to the wood paper I was finding. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that portion, this portion here, with this, so it's not just all white. Came out awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a razor to clean up any of the edges, and then as simple as it is, I take a nail file and I file around. It kind of seals up the edges of the table, so I love it. I think it's gonna look great. So I'm going to tell you everything I did to create this kitchen for my daughters, all the tricks and tips I recommend for you. So the first thing I recommend, at first when I started this video, I said I was going to use a spray paint that was kind of a clear to seal the paper that I was putting over the counter. That actually started to peel within the same day. So the next day I ended up having to remove the paper. I reapplied a new one, but instead I decided to add a butcher's block sealant over it. I apply it pretty much every night for about 3 nights so that it can really seal in there. It's also water resistant, and in the event that your little one puts food and wants to eat, it is safe after you allow it the 72 hours to properly dry. While taking that off, I was also looking at pictures of other Montessori kitchens, and I realized they put a cutting board on there. The first day my daughter was playing, she wanted to cut some fruit, and because I had the 2 stoves on there, she didn't have anywhere to cut, so she would go to the chair or the floor and start cutting. So when I was redoing the counter, I realized this would be the opportunity to change that if I wanted to. So I went ahead and I did. I took off one of the stoves, and instead I got a small little cutting block here, and my little one now can go on there, cut her food, pretend, and start with her kitchen. She is loving that a lot more. She still has a stove, so we just took her from 2 to 1 and now added this, and she's loving it more. When it comes to the spray paint, I purchased a spray paint that said it was universal. It can go on over plastic, over wood, but the pieces I decided to spray paint were plastic and it peels. So every few days I'm having to go in and touch it up. So if you have any recommendations on a spray paint you might have used over plastic and it actually holds, please drop a comment below, because the ones I'm using is not fully holding on to the plastic. I went ahead and I added a water dispensary for her because I want her to be able, since she has the cups right there, if she gets thirsty, she can go ahead and pour herself her own water. Inside the refrigerator, I put some of her favorite snacks that are easy for her to open and do it on her own. My goal is for independence. I want her to be able to want something, come here and do it by herself without having to ask for help. I don't mind helping, but I really want her to start taking initiative and being able to do things on her own. As you can see, I was putting motion sensor lights in here because I really wanted the refrigerator, the microwave, the stove to emulate a real microwave. So when she opened the door, the lights would turn on. However, I kept opening and closing everything, and the lights were not catching. So they did not work the way I wanted to. So I went ahead and I returned those. I'm still researching to see if I can find motion lights that work in the way that I was hoping for. The ones I purchased had raving reviews, but it was not working the way I was hoping. So in the event that you have used a set and you really recommend, please drop a comment on those as well, because I'm open for suggestions. I really want to add the lights to the fridge how I originally intended. I have on the side, I have all her brooms, her mops, so in the event she makes a mess, she can pick it up on her own. I also, for her birthday that's coming up, she has an apron that's on its way as a gift for her, so she's going to be able to hang that here from the side. She'll have her cooking mittens along with some extra utensils to cook. One thing I do not have, and I really do want, is those mini refrigerators. They're also called the makeup refrigerators, or some people use it to hold sodas. I do want to implement it in here. However, where I have the kitchen, I do not have an outlet, and those do need power, and at the moment I don't have anywhere in the kitchen that I can put it where she can play with the kitchen. It's not in the way and it's close to an outlet. But whenever, maybe if we move things around and I am able to, I do plan to add a mini fridge so that I can put some of her favorite drinks in there, and then she really has everything she needs. I purchased this specific kitchen from Amazon, and the design of it was actually a design that they had in the slideshow of this kitchen set. So this was not an original idea of mine. This is something I found while they were promoting it. I loved it, and I really wanted to have this kitchen match that one that they had. If you purchase this one and you put it together, if you're uninterrupted, it will probably take you about an hour to an hour and a half to put together. I went ahead and I put soap in here. Then she has her faucet. The faucet I absolutely love. I have no complaints about that one. It was super easy to put in. You just recharge it, so it does not need an outlet. It takes about a good hour and a half to fully charge. I've had it there a few days and it is still going. I have the jars on the bottom. I really wanted to use the mason jars, but I thought they were ridiculously expensive for just glass jars. So I went ahead and I purchased 2 from Dollar Tree. The bottom one that's underneath the sink, it is a flower vase because it has an opening. However, this one is still too small, so I do have a rag on the bottom because sometimes it does drip. If you have a vase that has a wider opening that can go around the bowl on the bottom, I think that would be a better fit. But I do think the vases are actually better than the mason jars. But otherwise, my oldest is loving it, and my little one can reach the bottom ones. One thing I do recommend, and I haven't purchased it yet, but I do intend, I need to make this child-proof because I do have my 9-month-old that is able to open doors, pull herself up, and I don't want her to open this and be able to pull out the glass jars while they have water and then they might shatter, things like that. So, but other than that, I am loving this kitchen. I am super, super happy that I purchased it. I recommend you going for this one. There's other great ones, but I do think this was an awesome buy for the price and everything, the dynamics that it has. There were other ones that were more expensive. They were smaller, they had less things for them to play with. So I do think this was a steal. If you have any questions that I did not answer, please drop a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see me on my motherhood journey, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. See you soon, and if no one's told you, you're an amazing parent and you're doing a great job.